Hello, my name's Anthony Cummins and I'm a historical researcher and author. Now I have a couple of goals in my life, and some of the simpler ones are to make history more accessible to the non-academic community and popular culture, and also the promotion of beautiful books. I am an absolute hater of the paperback, and I only buy in a hardback if possible, and I only publish in hardback if possible, which is not always so. However, when I was looking for a publisher for my newest book, I wanted to go very much with a publishing company called Watkins, because they produce the most beautiful set of books. And what I'm going to do now is show you the series and set that they've produced. The first one they've produced is the Book of Five Rings, or as it's called here, is the Five Rings. Now all of their books are hardback. They've got like a velvet cover. I think it's a fake silk. Basically, it's not real silk, of course, but it's a synthetic silk, and you can see they're absolutely blissful. Now all of their books, look at that for a beautiful inside. Straight open to that page. But look at this. How you can't get much more splendid than that. Full colour, high gloss, fully illustrated Book of Five Rings. So, of course, the first one, the Book of Five Rings, is Miyamoto Musashi's. That one, that's in the collection. Next up is the Hagakure, the Art of the Samurai. This is in a splendid yellow, orange. And you can see there, sometimes they have Watkins, or sometimes they have Duncan Bard, and I'll show you one of them. But again, they're all illustrated, fully coloured. Each one comes with the, I don't actually know the name of those. Does anybody know the name of what they are? Please put it in the points below. I'm sure they must have a name for it, because it's clearly not a bookmark. It's, you know, a piece of ribbon. So there, again, just beautiful, beautiful books. The next one is the Tao Te Ching. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, it's really difficult. I find the Chinese really difficult. But that comes in a blue, and as you can see, this one here, they've changed it to Duncan Bard. It's the same thing. Watkins is under Osprey, and again, same format. All these books are in the same format. They've got their beautiful colour, and this is actually embossed, if you will. Or embossed, and you can see it shine there. There, it's splendid. One of my favourite in the series, not just for the actual topic, but for the colour, is this one, the Prince Makaveli, and I love yellow books. I'm not a big fan of the colour yellow, but I think yellow in books looks superb. Like, look at that. That is absolute genius. And of course they try to fill them with illustrations of all, you know, something relevant to them, and everything. If you actually look closely, you can see they've got like watermarks on the back. I love books. Next up is Marco Polo, the Silk Road, the Journeys of Marco Polo. I've not read this version yet. It's still on my shelf to be read, but actually I've never read Marco Polo's journey, and this is why I bought this, because I'd like to read it. I only know the basics and the outline. Again, same format, beautiful innards, things like that. This one is on Watkins. Now, before this series, I'd actually never even heard of this book. Maybe that might be the uneducated ways of my life, but I'd never heard of it. It's The Prophet. Again, this one's got the silver embossing there, and we're on Duncan Bard. So I've not actually read this one. The other ones I've read, of course, but this I've not, and I've never really got into it yet. I read the introduction briefly, but beautiful, beautiful. Shakespeare. Now, apparently there are two versions of this Shakespeare one. Shakespeare on the Art of Love. It's not the complete Shakespeare, but it's this one I think is the British one, and there is a version for America because it was a different colour than Shakespeare. I think it may be a green colour. So I got this one because it was a bit rarer, and I'll explain how I got that in a moment. Last and definitely not least, and I have only read about 50% of it so far, is the Kama Sutra. Yes, the classic tale. However, it's in a beautiful black. And no, it's not full of the, if anybody's wondering, it's not full of the erotic images. And if you know bit about the Kama Sutra. It's not quite, you know, the sex manual that it's prepped up to be. It talks about generally the art of love, and it goes into lots of other different things. But it's good fun. So that's about as erotic as it gets for those who want that type of thing. But beautiful in black. Absolutely stunning. Now, it was because of that series I actually wanted to publish with Watkins, and they published my newest book, which is called Book of the Ninja, and it was the yellow that I saw, but I actually saw the yellow through Dracula, and I wanted it to be a part of this series. And originally, when we were talking about doing the Bansen Shukai, we wanted to do 2 of those books, would be side by side, volume 1, volume 2, Bansen Shukai, but in the end, we didn't do that. We went with a single book, and it didn't get that velvet colour because it puts the price up too high. So, and full colour it would have put the price up too expensive, so they just went with a normal book. But this is what it looks like. So, as you can see, Watkins again, and this one, it hasn't got the velvet, and it doesn't have the internal, and it is not on nice shiny glossy paper, but it is a standard hardback beautiful book. And as you can see, the colour yellow, again, not my favourite colour, but in books it just works. It works really well. So, come on guys, help me keep beautiful books alive. Keep beautiful books alive. That's the goal, and you should have that collection. I had most of the collection, but when I went down to see my publishers for the first time, because normally you don't see your publishers when you publish a book, but obviously my first book did really well with them, and they said come on down. You know, I went down for an interview, a meeting, and as a gift, small gift, they put books in my bags, and I said I need to finish that collection, so they helped me finish the classic collection. So please, I'm going to put some links below to the publisher's website. I'll try and find some on Amazon, but they're quite difficult to find, so make sure you find those ones and get them straight from the publisher if needs to be, but they're the ones to get. Hope you enjoyed that. My name's Anthony Cummins, and I hope to see you next time.